101.1 FM and AM 1160. And good morning. Thanks for being with us here today. Brian Jones is with us on behalf of IUP Lively Arts. It's June. We must be talking summer theater, mustn't we?
We must. It's in the Footlight Players structure again this year. We're doing summer theater for the young folks in our community, and everyone in the county, all the young people in the county who want to explore their creativity using theater or musical theater are welcome to participate. Everybody gets a role. Everybody gets to be on stage. And it's a summer camp we've been running for 18 years now.
It's been 18.
Yeah, 18. My goodness. We took a couple of years off, a little hiatus from the COVID bug, but we're coming back renewed this year. Next year, we're looking at the possibility of doing some adult summer theater as well. Have a couple of possibilities in the hopper, but it's a little premature to be announcing anything for sure about that next summer. But this summer, it's for the kids.
Got some time to work on it. Our conversation is brought to you by Marcus & Mack, a law firm representing injured people. Has it changed much over those 18 years in its structure?
My goodness, between what we do now and what we did in the first 4 or 5 years is quite different. But really, it's only grown and flourished over the past 15 years or so. And a lot of that has to do with the introduction of musical theater and a musical theater expert in Sharon Camille coming in and being our artistic director eventually to do that part of the program. This year, there's a bit of a change this year. Some things will remain the same. Some things we're not going to do. We're not going to do the lock-in and the overnight sleeping and some of the things that we did.
Sure.
Just because of where we are in COVID still. But this year, we're going to go back to a single program, all the kids in either a play or a musical. And so we've narrowed the scope of age this year. And we're doing it in 3 weeks instead of 4 weeks.
Okay.
So we start on the 27th, and the kids come together with the staff Monday through Friday from 9 o'clock in the morning till 4 o'clock in the afternoon, playing theater games, rehearsing their shows, doing some workshops, doing some painting and prop work backstage, and really being involved in making their own theater. So I think my daughter, Maddie, put it best when she said, we're kind of going back to our roots, right? We're pruning ourselves back a little bit, and when a prune a shrub or something, it goes down to its roots and pulls its strength back up.
Grows back
that's sort of
stronger.
what that's pretty much what we're doing this year.
So the 27th is this coming Monday.
Yeah, and we do still have places available for kids to participate. We've got 25 young people registered. You need to have completed 6th grade. And if that's the case, on up, you can participate.
So for parents to do that, to make that decision, what do they need to do?
Well, the next steps are to either go directly to the marketplace at IUP, because this is an IUP-sponsored event. It's www.iup.edu/marketplace, all one word. You can find Footlight Players there and just register. There is a cost involved, but we've had some generous donors, including the local Kiwanis, and I want to get a pitch in for them because they've been a big help, and they're looking forward to maybe helping again next year. So if there are families who feel like, we can pay maybe some of this, but we really can't pay that full price tag, give me a call. You can put down $50 today in the marketplace to reserve a space, but we can work with you to find out what the right price point is. And
especially for parents that have more than one child.
Exactly. It can be kind of cost prohibitive if you've got more than one child to do something like this. And we want everybody who can. We've never turned away anyone for inability to pay. So we'll work something out.
So a child who is maybe theatrically oriented in their life, somebody who's always been into that sort of thing, or somebody who's never really explored that aspect of their life at all, of their personality, this would be the ideal thing.
It's perfect for, especially for both ends of the spectrum, of course, but for what you said second, we've had some real success stories. We've had parents who say, my child is just abundantly creative, and around the house, they are just irrepressible. But getting them in front of other people can be a little bit of work. And what we find out is those kids are incredibly creative and really do well in Footlight because we have really skilled teaching artists that can help them feel that it's a safe place and unlock their creative potential. By the time we get to the performances at the end of the 3 weeks, they're ready to go. They're having a ball. And I think it has to do with the kind of support the young people give each other. We don't very often refer to them as kids or students. We refer to them as players, and they become a player. They become part of Footlight, and they get into the tradition, and they become one of the game.
And I'm sure when family members see that emerging from their child, they say, you know, the cliche of always being in the shell, and they're coming out of their shell.
We're good at that.
Yeah. Well, that's really what it's all about, is sort of unlocking something within a child to make that child, as you say, into a player.
Absolutely right.
Yeah. Well, so we're talking music.
Yes, we're doing a musical review this year. Sharon had in mind, and I think it's a wonderful idea, to go back to all of the songs from the musicals we've done over the last, with her, 15 years, and use those songs to help the players develop their own show. They're going to get in a room with Sharon and our assistant teachers that are IUP students very often, and craft a story of their own. Oh,
that's fun.
Yeah, they're going to improvise some pieces and figure out how they all relate. And they'll make their own story, which has always been an aim of Footlight Players, for our young people to be able to tell the stories that are in their hearts, right? And build it around the lead material of these songs that are available to us and have become part of the Footlight tradition over the years. That's the musical.
For a program that has been around for 18 years, I'm sure that you have more than your share of success stories, but I'm sure as well that there are people who have been a child participating in Footlight Players who have come back as maybe an IUP theater student and have actually become the student coaches and directors and participated in that way.
My goodness, yes. A few of our students in the theater program right now at IUP are Footlight alumni, and a few of them are choreographer Amy Kakula this year is a former Footlighter, and Mac Freiling will be our stage manager this year. He was a Footlight player for several years. And we have students who of our program now who have graduated and gone on in the performing arts and are making careers at it. That began just thinking, I need to get on stage as a young person. Now, not all of them come to IUP. Others have gone on to other colleges and universities. Lily Boulard is over in Ohio, just tearing it up on stage in Ohio University or Ohio State University. I can never remember which one. I'm pretty sure it's Ohio University. It is really doing quite well. And so Footlight can also be a place for young people who really want to develop towards a performing art vocation. And we help them set the foundation because we use professional practices in everything that we do. It's not for professionals. Regardless of experience, every child gets an opportunity to participate. And so it's not about perfection, but you can really sharpen your blades there.
Is participation in Footlight Players also something that will help somebody who wants to work off the stage backstage?
Over the years, we've developed a group of young people who can be what we call our DTM, Design Tech Management students. Now, those players this year, we're talking about pruning back. We're not going to have that element as its own piece because it would always require a teaching artist to lead that area. Sure. But we're going to make sure that every player gets a chance to create some costume work or do some painting or work with props, do some lighting work, and learn that backstage preparation work as well, because it's really it's very much like the IUP theater and dance program. We're a theater makers program. We teach all the elements, and especially how to do that in ensemble and do all of the various elements of making theater at IUP.
Brian Jones is with us. We're talking about the Footlight Players at IUP, which is a great tradition that has been around for almost 2 decades now. How long have you been involved with it?
Almost 2 decades now. I'm the founding guy. It's kind of an interesting story. We had a older than traditional age student, Zach. Zach was he was a Marine, and he after college, he'd done some community college. He went off and served, and then he came back and he was looking for some place to finish off his degree, found IUP. And he came to me and he said, "You know, Brian, we all got involved in theater because we had youth programs in summer theater. Why don't we have one at IUP?" And I said, "Well, never found anybody who really wanted to just put themselves to that task and do it. But the department's willing and eager if you'll start it, I'll find some administrative support for you." Mm-hmm. And then a couple of years later, because I'm not that smart, I realized that, Zach was going to go on to do other things. He went on to graduate school. He's now a teacher of theater at other schools. And I had the dubious opportunity to either kill what I had planted for a couple of years or take it on myself. And I'm really glad I took it on. It's been tremendously rewarding. The young people have vitalized me during the summer. It's great.
Wonderful. Okay, so one more time, let's tell folks how they can participate in Footlight Players.
Well, there are a couple of things I'd want them to do. If the direct path is iup.edu/marketplace, and just go right online. And then our managing director, Emmy Stevens, will send them some information about the details of it and take some more information from them. But if they have questions or they're not sure about anything I said here today, or they want some guidance in doing all of that, they can reach me directly. I'm Brian, BRIAN.Jones @IUP.edu, or just give me a call on my office phone, 724-357-2969, 357-2969. We'll have a talk, and we'll get you hooked up.
Beautiful. Thanks, Brian.
Hey, thank you.